In this episode, incredible shark attack on Simon Nellist. The assault occurred in Little Bay and was captured on camera. That is probably one of the most shocking videos you've ever witnessed. Why did this happen and could he survive? This and other questions will be answered in the video. Welcome to Wild Assault. Simon Nellist had recently moved to Australia to marry his fiancée, Jessie Hall. Simon was an experienced scuba diver and dive instructor, and he was excited to live near the coast so he could make swimming and scuba diving a regular part of his life. Simon had registered for a local swimming competition called the Malabar Magic Ocean Swim, and he swam at least 30 minutes per day in preparation for the competition. The following account is widely regarded as one of the most horrific shark attacks captured on film. This horrifying attack occurred just off the coast of Little Bay in New South Wales, Australia, close to Sydney, a city with a glittering waterfront comprised of photographs, harbors, polished beaches, and a thriving metropolitan area. It's no surprise that Sydney is recognized as one of the world's most popular vacation destinations for vacationers, swimmers, and outdoor enthusiasts. Little Bay, on the other hand, is a significantly more secluded location on the outskirts of Sydney. And due to its much less densely populated and industrialized beachfront, it is an ideal location for those who prefer a more tranquil and authentic bay experience. It has one of the most environmentally friendly coastal regions in Australia in terms of water quality, water clarity, and bacterial count. The bay also consistently hosts an abundance of land and water-based recreational activities, from its picturesque golf courses to its large surfing waves that crash over the shoreline. It is not surprising that the bay is regarded as one of the best spots for surfers and adrenaline junkies. Little Bay is also renowned for its extremely low rate of fatal shark attacks, with only one occurring every 60 years on average. This is a reassuring statistic for tourists, as it is common knowledge that Australia is home to one of the world's largest populations of great white sharks. Simon Nellist, age 35, had recently retired from the British Royal Air Force and was preparing to move to Australia to marry his long-distance fiancée, Jessie Hall. On the warm evening of February 16, Simon dons a black wetsuit and swims to Bhutan Point, a small peninsula of Little Bay that is rarely frequented by other swimmers due to its rocky and uncomfortable seabed. As he waited for Simon to complete his laps before entering the warm water of the lagoon, he observed several fishermen casting their lines from the steep cliff above him. As a result, he attempts to avoid being struck by their hooks as he continues to swim away from the shore with each stroke. After swimming out against a strong wind that pushes him back towards the beach, Simon stops approximately 150 meters from the shore and begins practicing familiar strokes as he normally would. An estimated 15-foot-long great white shark suddenly emerges from the depths of the azure water as he falls into a deep trance while repeating the same motions he's performed for years. It is important to note that sharks have exceptional hearing, allowing them to locate prey without being detected. And they accomplish this with their superior ability to detect low-frequency vibrations in the water, such as those produced by a fish that has been injured. The shark then continues to approach the shore, ascending the rocky lagoon, while searching for any movement. In addition, Simon continues to practice his strokes with his back to the ocean. Simon's vibrations on the water's surface are unknowingly attracting this great white as it approaches his location. It quickly detects a large figure moving through each wave, at which point they focus their attention on him. When great white sharks hunt on the ocean's surface, they do so by breaching the water and launching themselves into the air with their jaws wide open, allowing their prey to fall deep into their mouths so they can secure their grip. This, in turn, causes irreparable harm to the vital organs of its unfortunate victims. In fact, these prehistoric superpredators are renowned for their ability to breach the water's surface and leap up to 10 feet in the air. This behavior is frequently interpreted as a form of predatory hunting or communication. Even today, scientists do not fully comprehend the underlying cause of this behavior. Some theories suggest that breaching helps sharks expel parasites from their skin, whereas others suggest it may be a way for them to intimidate competitors or even attract mates. The great white is now only a few meters away from an oblivious Simon, and just as he changes direction while swimming, the colossal 1,000-kilogram great white breaches through the surface of the water underneath him, launching him into the air and causing severe damage to his internal organs and limbs. The shark then plunges into the water, producing a tremendously loud noise that alerts everyone nearby. At this point, the water surrounding Simon begins to turn blood red as he desperately tries to swim away from the shark with what little strength he had left. The individual then manages to escape the shark's tremendous grip. And for a brief moment, he desperately attempts to swim away from it with everything he has left. The stunned fishermen on the beach watch in horror as the shark reattaches to Simon and violently shakes him from side to side, sending large splashes of bloody water and flesh across the lagoon, visibly ripping entire limbs from Simon's body and fatally wounding him in the process. Some of the fishermen suddenly emerge from their stupor and signal for assistance to the lifeguards stationed on a nearby beach. While the majority of shark attacks have not been captured on film, this video perfectly illustrates how terrifying the experience would have been for anyone. Unfortunate to have to endure it. And just as the seconds of the attack seem to stretch into hours for the onlookers, the shark disappears beneath the surface, never to be seen again. The authorities arrived at the scene very quickly, and after a brief but exhaustive search, they were able to locate Simon's floating remains in the water. Investigators later concluded that Simon's black wetsuit caused the shark to mistake him for a seal. Simon Nelson was just about to marry the love of his life when the attack occurred. Nonetheless, he and Jessie would never realize their dream together. While many Little Bay visitors would agree that swimming in its waters carries an inherent risk of a shark attack, this would be the first unprovoked fatal shark attack in its waters since the 1960s, making it all the more tragic for a man who was about to live the life of his dreams. The shark attack on Simon Muller in Little Bay, Australia, was a truly horrific event that shocked many around the world. Despite Little Bay's low rate of fatal shark attacks, Simon fell victim to a massive great white shark while swimming just 150 meters from shore. The attack, captured on camera, showed the incredible power and brutality of these prehistoric super predators. Despite Simon's attempts to escape, the shark ultimately claimed his life, leaving a community and his loved ones devastated. Meanwhile, authorities in Little Bay took steps to improve safety for beachgoers. They installed new warning signs about shark activity, increased the frequency of shark patrols, and implemented a system for quickly alerting swimmers of any potential dangers.